Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Faultie with Lost Hemisphere, and we're here at Lock and Load 2012 doing some interviews with Privateer Press. We have with us David Carl, DC to you folks out there that, go by that kind of thing. So he's agreed to have some questions with us. Answer some questions with us. So I'll start with a similar question to what I asked Ed Burrell. We just saw the Colossals book drop, and we've got these enormous models that are, epoch-shiftingly different rules. How do you even start approaching this sort of project?
Well, the Colossals have been in development for a while. They actually have been an idea that Jason and Matt have been playing around with for years, before I even got to Privateer Press, actually. So this is something that's been in the works for a long time, but they definitely had their own unique challenges. When we got to the actual development and play testing of these models, there were a lot of questions at first, exactly how many points they should be, exactly how much power one model can or should bring to the table in the game of War Machine. So it definitely had some unique challenges to it, but they're challenges that we've faced before. The battle engines, as you guys remember when they came out, there was a lot of speculation, are these things going to ruin the game, are they going to be too powerful, oh, maybe they're too weak. No, out here at Lock and Load on the tables, we're seeing people playing different battle engines, having fun with them, and we expect the same for the Colossals and the Gargantuans. They're going to be models that you enjoy playing and find lists that you want to use those models in, but they're also not necessary to play the game of War Machine in the words.
And so I guess for something that basically costs the amount of points of a small army, sort of this balance of, is it powerful enough to warrant its cost, but is it not so powerful that you need one of these to fight them? Was that a tough balance to find?
Absolutely. It was something that took a few iterations and we had to get dialed in, but I think it's also worth noting that the cost of a small army is a little deceptive, because there's something that a small army has built into it that a Colossal doesn't, and that's a Warcaster. Even with a Colossal on the table, your Warcaster is still far and away your most powerful model on the board. And without that Warcaster, the Colossal can't really do much of anything. So just like normal, I would say you need that centerpiece of model on the table, your Warcaster, and think of their Colossal more like a couple of heavy Warjacks rather than a small army.
So the other thing we've seen here, especially some of the artwork, some of the painted things, is the upcoming Hordes Gargantuans. I know I'm excited about that. Is there anything you can sort of tell us about how they'll operate?
Well, much like the Colossals and the Warcasters, the Gargantuans are war beasts. So they will interact with Warlocks in the same fashion. They do have a Fury stat. I know some people speculated otherwise, but they are just kind of sort of two big heavy war beasts in terms of their cost, in terms of their damage output, their survivability, all of that. So you can expect them to fit that same niche that the Colossals do. As with the Colossals, all of the Gargantuans have both melee and ranged attacks. So that's something worth noting, and that I don't think we've said yet. So a little bit of an exclusive for Mr. Faultie.
Well, sort of shifting back to the Colossals book, the Wolffolk finally got their new caster after a long wait, and you can play Unbound with Searforge now.
Exactly.
Do you expect in Hordes Colossals that we'll see some similar attention paid to the different minion packs? Will they obviously maybe not getting Gargantuans, but will they get maybe some attention of their own?
Well, the Rulic sub-faction of the Mercs there, they now have 3 casters, but the Thornfall Alliance and the Blindwater Congregation minion packs, both of them already have 3 casters of their own. So will they get additional casters in the future? Yes, at some point, but not necessarily right away. But you can count on there being some new minion entries, whatever they may be in the Gargantuans. And is it a question of casters? I wouldn't rule it out, but I wouldn't guarantee it either.
All right. Switching gears a little bit, now that we're really getting close to the IKRPG launch, which I know I'm excited about, is there anything you can sort of tell us about how that will play, and can I be a Gobber Gun Mage?
Well, can you be a Gobber Gun Mage? You can be a Gobber Pistolier. You can be a Rulic Gun Mage, but as some of the more astute than Faultie listeners might know, Gobbers in the Iron Kingdoms do not practice arcane magic. So no Gobber Gun Mages, but all kinds of character classes and options. A bunch of different races in there, all of the ones from the original IKRPG, or in the very first new IKRPG book. Additional books will have yet more playable races, but we're starting with the full line from the original series. And many, many careers that people can try out. From the gun mage to the warcaster, you can play, like I said, pistolier, rifleman, ranger, explorer, spy, on and on, all different kinds of characters within the Iron Kingdom to be brought to life in the IKRPG.
Excellent. So while we're on the topic of gobbers, Heap launched here. I'm really excited to demo it. Can you tell us anything about how different it is to switch gears from a game like War Machine and the Hordes to Heap?
Well, I do have to compliment you on that segue. It was
a very nice one.
It was a good one. The development is called upon, like just from not even just day to day, but even hour to hour, just switch gears a lot. The IKRPG development work doesn't go quite like War Machine and Hordes does, which doesn't go like the Bodgers games do. And I think that that's something that really keeps us on our toes. It also keeps us engaged in different mediums, in different ways of doing game development. Heap is a lot more about kind of crazy fun and interaction between the players, where the IKRPG is more about the storytelling, planning out of these characters you're creating. And yes, they diverge, but I think that that's a good thing. It allows us to stretch different creative muscles and bring about different products that people are interested in. And yes, Heap has gone over really well so far at Lock and Load. I'm very happy with the feedback we've been getting, and I look forward to more and more people getting a chance to play it.
So now that we're talking about board games, the ever mysterious level 7 that we all know is coming out.
Indeed.
What can you tell us about it, at least from a gameplay perspective? Is it sort of the fast, fun hijinks of like a Bodgers game, or is it more slow and mysterious, or is it giant monsters smashing each other? Yeah, you guys have done those board games?
Yes, we have done that before, but no, it does take on a very mysterious edge. It is a semi-cooperative board game. It's kind of fits into the survival horror genre. So for people who are interested in that sort of thing, definitely stay tuned. We'll have more information at Lock and Load this weekend about Lock and Load, about level 7, apologies. So make sure that you guys, when you see that, pass on that information to the listeners out there so that they can get more excited about this new IP and with where it's going.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And stay tuned for more from Lost Hemisphere here at Lock and Load 2012.